So these are my 5 players in the NBA that I feel like we should be talking about as far as the MVP goes for this week's ranking. Holiday coming up in about 20 seconds. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay here with Unfair Sports, where we take a pensive approach to the sports conversation. Right now, we're going to talk about MVPs, and I have 5 players that I want to talk about that we should be paying attention to on this week's tracker. So I want to give you all the 5 players that I feel like we should be looking at it when it comes to the NBA MVP rankings right now, as well as one player that I feel bad that we're not going to talk about, even though we don't know if he's really truly the bona fide leader. I feel like he should get a little bit more recognition. But I want to go through 5 players that I think should be your rankings for MVP in the NBA this year. As this has been a crazy year. Like, I think this is one of the best shooting seasons we've seen in the NBA from top players, and honestly, league-wide, if you really think about it, in a while, for the most part. Because I went through the rankings and I went and looked. So since 1995, this year the NBA, the average is about 46.4. And since 95, we've only had, 6 seasons, including this year, where the league average was above 46%. That was the 95-96 season. Then 09-10 season, they were at 46.1, 46.2 in 95-96. And then the last 4 years have been consistently over 46%. So I know that we have 3-point fatigue, and we feel like it's people will feel like it's ruining the game. But I'm gonna tell you, it's not. Teams are shooting better overall. It's just better shooting in general. And like this year, it's 46.4. Last year was 46%, 46.1 the year before, 46% the year before that. Like 46.4 is the highest we've seen as far as the league average. Probably further back than 95. And even back in that era, where was the big man era, where they were shooting mid-ranges and they were in the paint most of the time. It's good to see that the quality of shot and the efficiencies are a hell of a lot better compared to back then. So keep that in mind. But looking at the MVP portion of it, I went to Basketball Reference and they have their top 10 candidates right now. And this is who they have ranked. And I want to talk about mine afterwards. So they have number 10, Donovan Mitchell. Number 9, Steph Curry. Number 8 is Anthony Davis. Number 7 is Rudy Gobert. Number 6 is Giannis. Number 5 is Kawhi. Number 4 is Damian Lillard. Number 3, LeBron James. Number 2, Joel Embiid. And number 1 is Nikola Jokic. They have probability percentages over here to where only 3 players have a plus 10% chance of winning in their tracker so far. Is LeBron at 11%, Joel Embiid at 13.5%, and Jokic at a staggering 42.3%. So in other words, Basketball Reference thinks that Nikola is going to be head and tails, going to win this award. And I kind of differ from them on that. I think it's a 3-man race. I had a conversation with a buddy of mine, and one of these is LeBron James, and he's talking about how this is LeBron's chance now to win a MVP. I'm going to talk about him last on why he won't win the MVP and the way he can win MVPs in the future as he's getting older. The easiest way for him to get it. I'm just going to say the easiest. Because right now, your top 2, I do agree, is Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid. It's mainly because they're doing something that we've never really seen before. Both of them are trending closely to doing something that only 9 players in NBA history has ever done, which is go 50 from the field, 40 from 3, and 90 from the free throw line, which is ridiculous for a big man. I mean, ridiculous. Big men aren't supposed to be doing this at all. Like, the game has changed so much that they're able to eat at all facets of the game. And with Jokic, he's also a distributor. So that helps his argument for the award. So here's my 5 that I'm looking at, and I feel like you should pay attention to the most. Number 5 is Steph Curry. Right now, Curry is putting up MVP numbers from his MVP days. I mean, his last 10 games, he's at 34 points. 34 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists on 55%, 47 from 3, and 95 from the free throw line. Stupid. And for the season, he's lining up at 49.2 from the field, 42% from 3, and 93% from the free throw line. All he's got to do is get his 2-pointers up, and he will hit a 50-40-90 season again, which will make him only the third person in NBA history to get multiple 50-40-90 seasons, which is Larry Bird, and the leader, which is Steve Nash, which he had 5. Absurd to go 50-40-90 that many times. And it just shows you how well of shooters these players are, that we have this many players doing that. So Steph Curry is one to definitely look at, because he could repeat at 50-40-90, and that's warranted, especially with with this team being pseudo depleted with injuries, losing Klay 2 years in a row basically, and him and Draymond. I mean, yeah, he's got Andrew Wiggins and he's got Kelly Oubre, but did you guys really think that they were going to replace Klay Thompson's numbers? I told y'all they weren't. I told y'all they weren't going to be that. And Steph has just had to be unworldly in order to get them to win games. Mad props to Steph. Next on the list, we're going to go to Giannis, the reigning 2-time MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. He's at 28, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. Giannis isn't really having that good of a year compared to what he's had in years past. This one is kind of in par with his MVP seasons, but his usage is down. It seems like his efficiency is kind of down. I guess the voters will probably look at him and be like, well, all of his greatness in the season hasn't led to anything. Like, you're getting eliminated on a regular basis in the playoffs. So his playoff failures are probably going to hurt him in the MVP conversation this year. But I still feel like he's someone to continue to look at. Number 3 is LeBron James. 25, 8, and 7 on 50, 37, and 70. LeBron's team is second in the West, and they're not... I mean, they're winning okay, but now he doesn't have Anthony Davis. So this is his opportunity to show out and show that he deserves MVP. If you don't show out now, it ain't happening. And I'll explain at the end what he needs to do to win the MVP in the future. But 2 and 1, kind of interchangeable in my opinion, it's Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid. Both of them. Joel Embiid's 29 points, 10 rebounds, and he's shooting 54 from the field, 39 from 3, 85% from the line. As a big man. He's got the inside moves. He's got the shot. And also Philly is up there in tops in the East. Like, I did not expect Philadelphia to be this good with Doc Rivers. I've noted that. But they're balling out. Everybody's showing up. Ben Simmons is being more effective. They're just better overall as a team. They're really good. Now, will this translate to playoff success? I don't know. We have to see how they continue with the momentum. And the good thing is they've got years together, so they're starting to figure it out. And Seth Curry is coming in there with the ability to shoot for Ben Simmons, since Ben Simmons never shoots. But Ben Simmons is still attacking the rim, and he's scoring. Embiid really deserves to be up there, looked at MVP this year. And then, of course, Jokic at 27, 11, and 8. And I guess the biggest thing about Nikola Jokic is the fact that him, like Joel Embiid, in that 50-40-90 trend. He's at 57% from the field, 40 from 3, 87 from the free throw line. He gets his free throws up. The dude's going to damn near average a triple-double while shooting 50-40-90. That right there is how you win MVPs in this league, is doing something that just about nobody else has ever done. I mean, Steph was unanimous MVP that year was because of not only his ability to output points, but his ability to make threes at a clip that was ridiculous that no one else has ever been able to do. That's why he won MVP. And them going 73 and 9. You could tell that he was the leader in that. Was he the most valuable player that year? People can debate it. I mean, I know LeBron's debated it, but they were. I can't question him winning it. Only thing I can question is his unanimous, but I can't question him winning MVP that year. He deserved it. 100%. And Jokic on his probability rating, I get why they gave him at 42%. Well, correction. I get why he's number 1 on the list. I don't get why he's at 42. I think Joel Embiid should be higher. I think Joel Embiid should be taking about 10% of those. I think Jokic should be in the 30s. And Joel Embiid's at 23. Because I think they're more neck and neck. Because of Philly's success and Embiid's numbers. Like, he's putting up some... I mean, he's shooting 3 threes a game at 39%. It's pretty good. So is Jokic at 40. So I feel like we're disrespecting him on that one. And so, but the one player that seems like he's not getting much recognition, and I kind of get why, but I feel like we still should talk about him, is Donovan Mitchell. He's having a great year. 24 a game. 5 assists, 4 rebounds. He's playing his butt off. His team's tops in the West. But what hurts him is they have 6 players. Count it, 6 players in averaging double figures. Down to Joe Ingles, who averages like 11 points a game. They have 6 players in double figures averaging. And then, of course, everyone's going to say that Rudy Gobert is the catalyst of their defense, and he is the leader, de facto leader of that team. And yeah, he's having a great year, but I think Donovan deserves a lot more. He does deserve a lot more respect, even though he's shooting at 42% right now, which is a lot lower than everybody else on the MVP conversation, and 39, but he's 39 from 3 at 8 a game. So he deserves a little bit more sight. But honestly, the way for LeBron to win MVP again is he needs to come out and do something that's never been done before in his career. He's had a 50, 40, 90 season. He's got to. If LeBron puts up a 50, 40, 90, he wins MVP. Period. Problem is, LeBron has never been a good free throw shooter. So that's what holds him back. Similar to what's holding Donovan Mitchell back is that his team is actually really good. His team is playing very good. And so that hurts his argument for being an MVP candidate. Even though he's ranked 10th here, his probability is low, and I don't think it's going to go any higher. He deserves a little bit more attention. And for LeBron, he's got to do something never been done before in his career for people to actually care. Because we've kind of gotten LeBron fatigue. No different than the way MJ was treated in his day, and Kobe. You get fatigued by guys being so great, and it's like, well, I mean, that's what he's supposed to do. Our expectations for him is so high. His floor is high. We know that he's going to produce. He's going to have to give us a 50, 40, 90 season. And if he does it, he'll be MVP that year. Guaranteed.